The assembly will now come to order. The chief clerk will call the roll.
Assemblywoman Anderson, Assemblywoman Backus, Assemblywoman Bilbray Axelrod, Assemblywoman Brown May, Assemblyman Carter, Assemblywoman Cohen, Assemblywoman Considine, Assemblywoman Considine, Assemblyman DeLong, Assemblywoman Dickman, Assemblyman De Silva, Assemblywoman Duran, Assemblywoman Gallant, Assemblywoman Gonzalez, Assemblywoman Gorlow, Assemblyman Gray, Assemblyman Gurr, Assemblyman Hathan, Assemblywoman Hanson, Assemblywoman Hardy, Assemblyman Hibbets, Assemblywoman Howdigi, Assemblywoman Kasama, Assemblyman Koenig, Assemblywoman Lure Hatch, Assemblywoman Marzola, Assemblyman MacArthur, Assemblywoman Brittany Miller, Assemblyman C.H. Miller, Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno, Assemblywoman Mosca, Assemblywoman Newby, Assemblyman Wynn, Assemblyman O'Neill, Assemblyman Orlicker, Assemblywoman Peters, Assemblywoman Summers Armstrong, Assemblywoman Taylor, Assemblywoman Thomas, Assemblywoman Torres, Assemblyman Watts, Assemblyman Urick, Assemblywoman Bilbray Axelrod, Speaker Yeager.
Here. Assemblywoman Howdigi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May the record show we have 41 members present, 1 absent, excused.
The record shall so reflect we have 41 members present, 1 absent, excused. We do have a quorum. Would members of the assembly and guests please rise for the prayer by Reverend Karen Foster, Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Northern Nevada.
The prayer that I'm offering today has been called the reverse prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, author unknown. God of many names, make us channels of your disturbance. Where there is apathy, let us provoke. Where there is silence, may we be a voice. Where there is too much comfort and too little action, grant disruption. Where there are doors closed and hearts locked, grant us the willingness to listen. Where laws dictate and pain is overlooked, grant us the willingness to shine a light on human suffering. Where tradition speaks louder than need, grant us the willingness to discern. Disturb us, O God, teach us to persevere. Grant that we may seek rather to do justice than talk about it, to be with the poor as well as the wealthy, to love the unlovable as well as the lovely, to accept the responsibility to be agents of mercy and compassion. God, make us channels of your disturbance. It's in the many names of the holy that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Order of Business 2, reading and approval of the journal.
Carson City, Monday, March 27, 2020.
Assemblywoman Howdigi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to dispense with reading of the journal and allow the Speaker and the Chief Clerk to make any necessary corrections and additions.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Members, we are going to go slightly out of order on the agenda. At this time, we're going to go to Order of Business 15, remarks from the floor, and we will start with Assemblywoman Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On a day dedicated to promoting the advancement of Latinos in Nevada, community members from across the state are joining the Nevada Legislative Caucus for Latino Lobby Day. This event serves as a platform for the caucus to voice their concerns and advocate for increased access and parity for all Nevadans. If you're here for Latino Lobby Day, can you stand up in the chambers, please? Thank you. The caucus is dedicated to promoting measures that will improve access to healthcare, educational equity, housing, and language access throughout the state, particularly for new Americans. By gathering on this day, members of the community have the opportunity to experience firsthand how their voices and concerns play a role in government. Latino Lobby Day is a significant event that allows community members to directly speak with representatives about the issues that impact them. It is important to acknowledge and thank our community members who are present here and throughout the chambers. I know the Senate is going at the same time. There might be a rally outside. So our members are here throughout the day. And I just want to thank you all for being here and making your voices heard. And if we could give them a round welcome, that would be so awesome. Thank you.
Please, no reactions on the floor other than clapping under Order of Business 15. We'll go next to Assemblywoman Torres.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At this time, in accordance with the Latino Lobby Day, the Nevada Latino Legislative Caucus wanted to recognize the contributions of Latino staff in the Legislative Council Bureau, recognizing that Latino staff have not always been been recognized for the service that they contribute to this legislative body. And among them today, I'm excited to have on the floor with us Ms. Sylvia Dominguez Curry. Would you please stand? Who has been one of the longest serving Latinas in this body. We're so excited to have her leadership and the contributions. Many of us don't know her, but she's behind the scenes working to make sure all of our attachés are on top of the things that they need to be on top of and know exactly what they need to do. So at this time, the Latino Legislative Caucus is excited to present a proclamation recognizing that all Latino employees who have served in the Nevada Legislature, both past and present, are honored for their work in ensuring a more representative government and for their commitment to supporting the legislative process for the betterment of Nevada's Latino community. If we could give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Assemblyman O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today with us we have members from the Nevada Academy of Physicians Assistants, because it is also PA Day here at the legislature. There are over 1,200 physicians assistants currently practicing, and I'd ask those members now that are here with us today to stand, please. They're advocating for the expansion of their services to provide good health for us all, but including definitely those out in rural Nevada that are in such need and have such a shortage of medical providers. You'll see them around. They'll be coming to visit you. We have 2 schools right here in Nevada, the University of Nevada, Reno, and also Touro University, which provide physician assistants training and education. I would like for the Assembly here to welcome them and listen to what they have to say during the day ahead of us. Thank you.
Assemblywoman Considine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And if I could have the UNLV staff and students please stand up. Today, I am proud to introduce the students and staff from our very own UNLV in celebration of UNLV Lobby Day. The group is passionate about promoting the interests of the university and the community. UNLV is a vital institution that serves as an economic engine, cultural hub, and educational resource for the entire state. By working with these brilliant students, we can continue to build a stronger Nevada and ensure everyone has access to the opportunities and resources they need to thrive. I look forward to hearing from the delegation and learning more about their vision for the future of UNLV and Nevada, and please help me welcome them.
Assemblywoman Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker. Today is a very special day in my office. I have my attaché, Patricia Dembski, who is celebrating a birthday today. So I am so proud that she's been with me for 2 sessions. And of course, the first session, she knew that I was a chicken with his head cut off. And she made sure that I looked good. and she continues to do that. I want you to also know that Patricia is also of Spanish and French descent, and this is something that I think is so special that my attaché gets a chance to be on the floor with me and for you all to celebrate her birthday today. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, one more. Today is also another special day. His name is William. We call him Buzzy. He turned 13 today. So please, my grandson, I appreciate the fact that you can all say happy birthday to my grandson too. Thank you.
Is there any other order of business 15 at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll go back to order of business 8, motions, resolutions, and notices.
Assembly Joint Resolution Number 1, 81st session, introduced by Assemblyman Titus et al., Senators Hardy et al. Proposing to amend the Nevada Constitution to add and revise terms relating to persons with certain conditions for whose benefit certain public entities are supported by the state. Resolved that this resolution becomes effective upon passage. End of resolution.
Are there any amendments to the resolution?
There are none.
Remarks. Assemblywoman Dickman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Assembly Joint Resolution 1 of the 81st session proposes to amend Section 1 of Article 13 of the Nevada Constitution by replacing the description of persons who benefit from institutions fostered and supported by the state from 1, insane, to persons with significant mental illness, 2, blind, to persons who are blind or visually impaired, and 3, deaf and dumb, to persons who are deaf or hard of hearing. The resolution also replaces the term institutions with entities and adds entities for the benefit of persons with intellectual or developmental disabilities to the types of entities that shall be fostered and supported by the state. This resolution was approved by the 81st session of the legislature in 2021. If approved in identical form during this legislative session, the proposal will be submitted to the voters for final approval at the 2024 general election. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further remarks? Seeing none, the chief clerk will open the roll. Would anyone like to change their vote? The chief clerk will record the vote. There are 41 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent excused. The resolution, having received a constitutional majority, I declare it passed and order transmitted to the Senate.
Notice of exemption, March 27, 2023. The Fiscal Analysis Division, pursuant to Joint Standing Rule 14.6, has determined the exemption of Assembly Bill 62, 396, 400, 451, and 458. Sarah Kaufman, Fiscal Analysis Division. Notice of exemption, March 27, 2023. The Fiscal Analysis Division, pursuant to Joint Standing Rule 14.6, has determined the eligibility for exemption of Assembly Bills 255, 266, 292, 304, 320, 327, 329, 331, 358, 388, and 393. Sarah Kaufman, Fiscal Analysis Division.
Assemblywoman Howdiggy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the persons as set forth on the Nevada Legislature's press accreditation list of March 29th, 2023 be accepted as accredited press representatives, that they be assigned space at the press table in the Assembly chamber, that they be allowed the use of appropriate broadcasting facilities, and that the list be included in the day's journal.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Order of Business 11, second reading and amendment.
Assembly Bill 136, introduced by the Committee on Health and Human Services, enacting to child welfare, requiring all qualified residential treatment programs for children to be licensed and regulated as child care institutions, and providing other measures appropriately thereto. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, do enact as follows: Section 1, end of Section 1, Section 3, end of Section 3, end of bill.
Are there any amendments to Section 1 of the bill as a whole?
There are none.
The bill is ordered to general file.
Assembly Bill 98, introduced by Assemblyman Wynn, an act relating to economic development, revising the name of the Governor's Workforce Investment Board to the Governor's Workforce Development Board, revising the membership and duties of the board, revising provisions relating to industry sector councils, and providing other matters properly in thereto. The people, state, or Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, do enact as follows: Section 1, end of Section 1, Section 11, end of Section 11, end of bill.
Are there any amendments to Section 1 or the bill as a whole?
There are none.
Remarks. Go to Assemblyman Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Assembly Bill 98 make various changes to the Governor's Workforce Investment Board, including changing the name of the board to Governor's Workforce Development Board, expanding the representation of the board to include members of local workforce development boards and other business representatives from industry sectors, and requiring the board to collaborate with local workforce development boards and regional development authorities on various economic and workforce development activities. The bill additionally requires each regional industry or sector partnership working with a local workforce development board to submit certain reports to the Governor's Workforce Development Board. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there any further remarks? Seeing none, the Chief Clerk will open the roll. Would anyone like to change their vote? The Chief Clerk will record the vote. There are 41 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent excused. The bill, having received a constitutional majority, declared passed and ordered transmitted to the Senate.
Assembly Bill 291, introduced by the Committee on Judiciary, an act relating to crimes, revising provisions relating to the prosecution of certain crimes and providing other matters properly in thereto. The people of the state of Nevada, represented in Senate and Assembly, do enact as follows: Section 1, end of Section 1, Section 2, end of Section 2, end of bill.
Are there any amendments to Section 1 of the bill as a whole?
There are none.
Remarks. Assemblywoman Hanson. Hardy. One of the. Assemblywoman Howdiggy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Assembly Bill 291 revises provisions relating to the crime of swindling. The state is not required to establish that all the acts constituting this crime occurred in the state or within a single city, county, or local jurisdiction of the state. The bill further provides that it is no defense that a person did not commit all the acts constituting the crime within the state or within a single city, county, or local jurisdiction of the state.
Are there any further remarks? Seeing none, the Chief Clerk will open the roll. Would anyone like to change their vote? Chief Clerk will record the vote. There are 41 ayes, 0 nays, 1 absent excused. The bill, having received a constitutional majority, declared passed and ordered transmitted to the Senate. We're going to go back to Order of Business 9, first reading and reference of bills.
Assembly Bill 459, introduced by the Committee on Ways and Means, an act relating to education, revising provisions requiring the governor to reserve certain amounts of money in the state general fund for transfer to the state education fund, revising provisions requiring the governor to include in the proposed executive budget recommendations on the statewide per pupil funding amount and the multiplier for each category of pupils, eliminating the authority of the governor to recommend such funding for public schools in the state as the governor determines to be appropriate if the governor determines that preparing a proposed executive budget would be impracticable, and providing other matters properly in there too.
Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that we refer AB 459 to your Committee on Ways and Means.
Without objection, so referred.
Assembly Bill 460, introduced by the Committee on Ways and Means, an act relating to healthcare, revising entities required to be licensed as nursing pools and providing other matters properly in there too.
Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that we refer AB 460 to your Committee on Ways and Means.
Without objection, so referred.
Assembly Bill 461, introduced by the Committee on Ways and Means, an act relating to the Public Employees Retirement System, creating the position of Chief Administrative Analyst as a member of the executive staff of the system and providing other matters properly in there too.
Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that we refer AB 461 to your Committee on Ways and Means.
Without objection, so referred. We'll go to order of business 7, messages from the Senate.
Senate Chamber, Carson City, March 29, 2023. To the Honorable the Assembly. I have the honor to inform your Honorable Body that the Senate amended and on this day passed as amended Assembly Bill 268, Amendment 53, and respectfully request your Honorable Body to concur in said amendment. Jerry Rodriguez, Assistant Secretary of the Senate.
Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
One second. We're going to go to order of business 13 first. Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno. Oh. So we'll go to order of business 13.
Assembly Bill 268, introduced by the Committee on Ways and Means, an act making appropriations for the payment of retention incentives to certain employees of the state government and providing the municipal building thereto. I have Amendment 53, proposed by the Senate Committee on Finance.
Now, Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under Order of Business 13 for concur or not concur for the purposes of considering Assembly Bill 268.
Order of business 13, unfinished business. We'll consider Assembly Bill 268, which I believe the Chief Clerk has read.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Assembly concur in Senate Amendment number 53 to Assembly Bill number 268, and the members should have on their desk in their amendment folder the amendment.
And Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno has moved that the Assembly concur in Senate Amendment number 53 to Assembly Bill 268. Remarks? Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The amendment makes appropriations from the State General Fund to the Nevada System of Higher Education in the sum of $3,500,000 for the payment of retention incentives for fiscal year 2022-2023 to employees of the Nevada System of Higher Education.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. And just so the members are clear, there's an inconsistency on the board. The amendment is number 53 to Assembly Bill 268 as listed on the top of the board. So that is the motion, that the Assembly concur in Senate Amendment number 53 to Assembly Bill number 268. Seeing no further remarks, all those in favor of adopting the amendment, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? The motion carries by a constitutional majority. The Assembly has concurred in the amendment. The bill is ordered to enrollment. That takes us back to order of business 15, remarks from the floor. Is there anybody else who would like to give order of business 15? I see Assemblyman Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just wanted to wish a very happy birthday to a friend of our family's and actually my daughter Jesse's best friend, J.J. Dreiling. We've known him for a very long time, since long before he married my daughter's best friend. We've watched him grow up into a fine man, fine husband, but today is, like I said, it's his birthday, but he's spending this day in the hospital fighting a fight that so many of us hate to see people fight. So if you could join me in wishing him a happy birthday today and also offering him up a prayer of healing, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Anybody else for order of business 15? Assemblywoman Howdiggy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, I wanted to introduce the Honorable Julian Rodriguez to the Assembly and the people of Nevada. Consul Rodriguez is currently serving as the Consul General of Mexico in Nevada. He has dedicated his career to strengthening the bonds of friendship and cooperation between Mexico, the U.S., and Nevada. Consul Rodriguez plays a vital role in promoting cultural, economic, and diplomatic ties between Mexico and Nevada. Because of his efforts, we have enhanced the well-being of the Mexican community in our state and facilitated opportunities for trade and investment that benefit everyone who calls Nevada home. Please join me in welcoming Consul Rodriguez and in expressing our gratitude for his dedication to fostering mutual understanding and cooperation between Mexico and Nevada. Thank you, Consul.
Any other order of business 15? Assemblywoman Howdiggy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Some announcements for the floor. We do have an exciting and busy day today at the legislature. We have Latino Lobby Day today, Physicians Assistants Day, and University of Nevada Legislative Lobby Day. Tomorrow is Family Medicine Day, and we have the San Manuel Gaming and Hospitality Authority hosting a legislative reception. Members, I do want to let you know that tomorrow the Assembly will be convening in the old Assembly chambers in the historic state capitol. So it is important that you be in your seats in the old Assembly chambers by 11:30. We will have a presentation from LCB. Again, the old Assembly chambers are in the capitol, so make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get there. I also do want to take a moment to thank the Honors Jazz Combo from UNLV for the wonderful music that we heard this morning here in our building. So let's make sure to thank them. And another quick announcement, I know that so many of you have been waiting to hear whether we were going to have floor or not on Friday. So we will not be having floor on Friday, so you are free between the hours of 11 to 1. But I would like to let members know that we will be having afternoon committees, so make sure you are back in the building for your afternoon committees. Seeing no other business, Mr. Speaker, I move that we stand adjourned until Thursday, March 30th at the hour of 11:30 a.m.
Assemblywoman Howdigay has moved that the Assembly stand adjourned until Thursday, March 30th, 2023 at the hour of 11:30 a.m. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.